What's going on, main characters? It's your boy Talks Too Much with Third Party Studios. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are talking about Assassin's Creed. This might be the final time we get to talk about this video game. It has been a crazy year with their marketing campaign just being on fire throughout the entire run. And we finally have the game out and we have a lot to talk about. So we're going to jump right into it. Hold on, intro. It's intro time. Shush, everyone shut up. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's jump into another story here. We are going to move into Assassin's Creed Shadows. It is the gift that keeps on giving. Assassin's Creed Shadow flops on Steam launch day, fails to break into top 30 games as Access Media heap critical praise. Sites heap critical praise. The game itself, so I've watched a few reviews on this. I am not an Assassin's Creed fanboy. I'm not someone who really prefers Assassin's Creed. It was always the mechanics in the early games for me that threw me off. I tried to play them, and the movement mechanics were really, like, what would I say, ambitious? But I would say at the time they struggled. I thought they struggled hard.
Like, what was the last one you played?
God,
One?
maybe. Like, it was so long ago. It was on one of the older consoles.
It's almost 20 years ago.
It was a long time, but I mean, like, it was. I think maybe you had it up and I was like you were having me try it out or something. So maybe 10 years ago. I don't even know what was on the market 10 years ago to try.
I don't even remember what game I would have been playing because I've played through all of them, but
it was some dusty place. It was some desert-esque place. But
Origins, maybe? But that would have been the RPG phase of it, which Assassin's Creed Shadows is part of.
Yeah. So the way that the reviews are coming out with this game, it looks like Yasuke is basically just a tank that can't really stealth at all. Because he's just impossible to hide. He has a hard time climbing shit. He's designed to break through walls.
I saw the final boss fight in this game. If you play Yasuke, you just bully the fucking boss in the end. You just pin him into a corner and
just wail on him.
Ravage on him.
Meanwhile, the other character is just super soft and squishy. Is like easy to take down. She can't
not.
She can't handle multiple NPCs simultaneously.
Well, I mean, it's modern gaming, so everything's got to be super easy.
And then we have this from Grums that, yeah, in the top 30, Assassin's Creed Shadows doesn't even make it into the top 34, actually. So this is a little bit, I think I could blow this up, but let me see if I can blow this up for you guys.
So like 250,000 people played it, and then only 40,000 stayed along.
Right, so it's 36. So we have these numbers down here, 40,000.
Oh, no, I read the one above.
Right, Kingdom Come Deliverance. So yeah, this game did not break into the top very hard.
It's doing Dragon Age Veilguard numbers, which is an abysmal failure. BioWare's basically dead because of that game. Ubisoft is going to be dead because of this game, plus the multitude that they released before.
There is an article here actually on that. I'm trying to see. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Basically, I don't think this is it, but the Ubisoft puts out is spinning off another company, in order to try to like divide and like manage their stuff for a potential sell-off. It looks like.
Oh, just die and sell your IPs.
That would be fantastic.
But then again, it's like, all right, who would you suggest buys those IPs that you hold so dear? It's like every fucking major gaming studio is in the garbage right now.
Right. No one could really pull off a move, and honestly, tell me honestly, you're an Assassin's Creed fan. You've played them all, is my understanding, right? Now, can Assassin's Creed just be done? Is there anything anyone even wants from Assassin's Creed anymore?
I mean,
leave a comment below, guys. Leave a comment below, guys. Let me know. Can Assassin's Creed be over? Do we need more? And
yeah,
I know
there's plenty more history to go. Like, a big draw to Assassin's Creed is the like history, and you're like visiting these historical locations and whatnot that are fairly accurately depicted. I mean, when the Church of Notre Dame, when that burned down, they used Unity and their engine or whatnot to like basically like rebuild. And it's like, oh, they were so fucking accurate that we can use this.
Right.
So it's like the historical aspect. Everyone's always gonna be hyped for.
Well, I saw a short of someone using
further and further away from the historical aspect.
I saw a YouTube short of a teacher or professor like showing the what is it, Hell's Arch or whatever, Hell's Gate, for the Battle of Thermopylae. Like he basically goes to that area and
okay.
shows people like this is where the 300 like basically funneled all these people into, and this is how big
This
it
is the
is.
mountain pass
Yeah.
and blah blah blah.
So he was showing that off, and I was like, all right, that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
But
you can use. I mean, and because you just references Odyssey. Odyssey has like a museum itself, like almost like another gameplay feature that you can just like go and learn about the Greek world in 440 BC.
But shit, man, you could just recreate the world using Unreal Engine. Like if Google took Google Maps and just loaded it into the Unreal like engine, you would just have all of that.
What?
If Google and if Alphabet took their Google Maps and everything they have, all the information they have, and just data dumped it into the Unreal Engine, and just, I mean, I'm not trying to downplay how like huge of a file that would be and how nearly impossible that'd be as far as like just the storage and practical limitations of the technology. But if you could run that through a strong enough computer, you could probably get something on the other end of it that would satisfy that need. What basically the things that we're talking about right now are not gaming. They're like the Notre Dame thing is cool.
Right.
The Battle of Thermopylae thing is cool, and these references to like historical geography and these places being well represented can be, if that's a need, that can be satisfied in an entirely different way. But I'm talking from like a gaming aspect. Like from a gaming aspect, has Assassin's Creed done everything it's going to do? And even if another studio picks it up, are we just going to have more of this? Is this more of do we want more of this? Like I can tell you that Halo is fine being dead. We got the best we're going to get from Halo. It's over. We're never going to get something better than what we got, or even as good as what we got. So I'm asking the same question about Assassin's Creed.
I mean, at this point, probably should be dead. They're on side note, they're actually like launching 2 other games on various platforms like mobile and shit like that, because they're trying to set up almost like a hub where it's like when you load into Assassin's Creed Shadows, it like has like a scroll of like other
all the games. Asmongold had that on his video. I saw that. Yeah.
And so they're trying to do it like a hub based thing. So I mean, it could be dead. I don't care anymore. I've beaten all the games up to Valhalla, played a little bit of Mirage that came out like last year or the year before. I don't even fucking remember. Who cares? And I only got like 2 hours into the game and it's like, this is dog shit. Well, and so when it comes to like my beloved franchises, and like I've played every Far Cry game that's also Ubisoft, and then I got into a few hours in Far Cry 6 and I'm just like fucking over it. So like I think Ubisoft, their game, how they make games and what their games play like, I think is dead.
Right. And that's what I'm wondering is like, that's the question. So I appreciate that breakdown, because if we could just be okay with Assassin's Creed being over, that would mean that Ubisoft has no value in that IP anymore, and we can just let them go, let them fall and fail, and not even hold an olive branch out.
I mean, you don't even need the IP, because the IP is nothing. The IP is just the name itself. Right. Anyone can make a game based in fucking historical times, is however accurate as you want, because it's not even about like stealth or whatnot. And the modern day stuff died with Desmond back in 2012. So we don't even, it's not even really an IP. It's just like, does someone want to make a historical game
there? So we don't, okay. So that actually, we don't need it.
It's dead.
Yeah. We don't need Assassin's Creed anymore. Like if there's nothing unique about it that can't be replicated in an entirely different franchise by some entirely different studio, then we can call that dead. For Halo, I'm perfectly fine with getting a different space sci-fi awesome super soldier story. I'm perfectly fine getting something different. Need someone to develop
Space Marine 2?
Space Marine 2, yeah, that would be it. I mean, honestly, I think Warhammer 40K they were onto something. But the other stories with Assassin's Creed Shadows rolls out day 1 patch that removes ability to deface Japanese religious sites after blowback from Japanese government. Were you watching some of that? I listened to some of those
bits and pieces.
So
Japanese parliament is fucking pissed, or whatever the fuck their governing council is.
Well, last year it was a single legislator in the Japanese parliament who was talking about this, and apparently he's pretty famous for bringing up culture-related stuff. But now
Good
you
on
actually
him.
have the prime minister. So, Japanese prime minister who described the destruction of shrines as an insult to the nation itself and emphasized the importance of respecting cultural and religious heritage. Yeah, it's not a difficult concept to understand. I personally enjoy destructible terrain and stuff like that, but I understand why you wouldn't want that in an area where everything on screen is meant to be historically significant to your culture. Like, if,
Well, I was just trying to equate it to something like that Americans would be like, you can go up there and destroy the Washington Monument or the
Mount
Lincoln
Rushmore,
Memorial.
Mount
It's like,
Rushmore.
I don't think we really give a shit that much,
I
which might be an us problem.
well,
to be honest,
but also our history only goes back 250 years.
right?
We don't have millennia of history.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they have something, and Japanese culture has always been super significant. Here's a better example. So, if like something we could equate to is if people here were just constantly shitting on like the rights that Americans have and Americans created, like that would probably be like something more.
We hold the documentation in America a lot more seriously than we do like monuments and shit like that.
If people were just like, if there was a video game
So
where
if
you
Nicolas Cage coming around and tried to steal the Declaration of Independence,
we'd hang him.
Yeah.
Like he would be hung. Just a friendly reminder, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel if you are new. It is free. It's the best way to show your support and to help us grow. You can also always change your mind later. And if you haven't already, smash that like button to help us reach further out into that YouTube algorithm. Comment your thoughts on the video so far below. And if you haven't already, go check out the merch store. Links in the description. Got a lot of cool stuff in there. I think you guys are really going to enjoy. With that out of the way, let's get back to the video. But no, I think if you had a I'm trying to create a comparable scenario where you have a video game, someone breaks into the hall where the Declaration of Independence is kept, literally whips it out and just starts peeing on the thing. That's a game I would be pretty pissed about that.
yeah, I would be super pissed too.
Yeah, so that's I think of
It's basically what Just Stop Oil has been doing.
Yeah.
Where they just go into museums.
that's a better example actually. I think because I think it's more understandable and more relatable. Yeah, so Ubisoft is dying from all of this. It's
Is
not
Elon Musk Yasuke? Is that what they were equating there?
let me see if I can pull that back up. I didn't need to. Okay, so more damage control. The shrine destruction controversy is let me highlight this. The shrine destruction controversy is just the latest in a long string of public relations disasters surrounding Assassin's Creed Shadows, from historically inaccurate concept art to the infamous collector's statue that had to be reworked after accusations of insensitivity. Ubisoft has repeatedly fumbled its handling of the game's cultural setting. Perhaps the most prominent backlash has revolved around the inclusion of Yasuke as a main protagonist. Critics, including historians and Japanese fans, have long questioned the historical authenticity of Yasuke's depiction as a samurai, with many viewing his inclusion as a forced decision by Ubisoft's modern Western ideological priorities.
Which we've been talking about. The thing I
Here we
love
go.
most about that paragraph, though, is like the quote unquote Japanese fans.
Well, I'm a fan of Japan. I think they're great.
I mean, it's just weird.
I mean, I think that like they have a little bit more of a problem with racism than we do. But then I also
That's just against other Asians, so.
well, I mean,
If you talk to any Asian from any country, it's like there is a hierarchy.
I guess I would be pissed off if someone thought I was Canadian. I'd be mad as hell. I'd be like,
True. Yeah. We all look like
here's the
something different.
Here's the Elon Musk reference. Even Elon weighed in on the controversy, amplifying the criticisms on a global scale. In July, Ubisoft issued an apology over elements in Shadow's marketing campaign that had caused concern among Japanese fans. The apology did little to quell frustrations as backlash over inaccuracies, cultural missteps, and what many see as disregard for Japanese history continue to grow. Your apology, the reason it was met with so much skepticism is because they apologized and then didn't change or fix anything. It's like, what's the point of an apology without any like your words mean nothing, actions mean everything. That's like,
Well, it's a hypocrisy and just like, oh, I'm so, like into the zeitgeist of like culture and whatnot. And like in Insomniac, which made Spider-Man 2, Miles Morales is like Dominican, and they ended up putting a Cuban flag in his house or whatever. It's like, how do you fuck something up like that?
Right.
And then like in Assassin's Creed Shadows, apparently there's like Chinese language or Chinese
Imagery.
yeah,
Mhm.
throughout the game too instead of Japanese. It's like who's doing the fucking research?
Well,
here?
they even said they had a professional Japanese historian or some guy in there
There's a white chick
referencing.
from fucking SoCal.
So they had someone in there who was like an expert on Japanese history and culture who was collaborating and chiming in on this project. Dude,
No, you don't.
well,
It's
that's
you-
what they
you
that's
had-
the title or that's
you
like the
had-
position.
You remember the interview when it came to depicting Cleopatra,
Yes.
or she was black or
But
whatever,
I don't-
and then that old lady was like, my grandma always said, don't let anyone tell you different, that Cleopatra is black. It's like, all right, so we're taking historical evidence from your goddamn grandmother that was racist.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, she's the best. I love it. Anyway, so like Assassin's Creed Shadows is DOA. I mean, I think that do you think it'll survive? Let me get this other article out there, but then I want to get your take on like how you think it'll perform. Assassin's Creed Shadows endgame credits roll for over 2 hours. 2 hours on an endgame credit. I think the longest I've ever heard of was maybe like 25 minutes.
The only way I can justify them rolling credits for 2 hours is if the song Ezio's Family is played on a loop. Because that song is banger. But yeah, no.
So that's a
2
long
hours,
time.
how slow is this?
I don't know, man. It's a ridiculously long time. Ooh,
If there are that many people.
we got 2 hours and 6 minutes.
All right. We're going to sit here quietly for 2 hours. 6
Well, I hope
minutes.
this isn't like copywritten. There's no sounds really.
But if it goes like this for 2 hours, that's still fucking insane.
Yeah, they didn't need to do all the double spacing. They should, they could have had actually 2 bars left and right, maybe even 3 bars. That would have cut it down by math by an hour.
God.
They could have done by an hour just to run them side by side.
If this is an example of bloat in a company, I don't know what is.
Someone worked on this. Someone typed all this shit up.
Everyone worked on this, apparently.
Yeah, everyone chimed in. We got every project. I'm gonna pause
I'm
it
gonna
there,
see
but
my fucking name in there.
it's just a giant, like, what would it be? Census list.
Yeah. It's just 2 hours of scrolling through the phone book.
All right, so what do you think, man? What do you think? Assassin's Creed, it's out. People are reviewing it. I'm hearing
Based on the player numbers on Steam, which is 40K, it's looking in the same realm as Veilguard.
Mhm.
So I don't think it's gonna do well.
because Veilguard can't even be given away right now. You can't even
True.
give Veilguard away for free. So you got to pay them money to play that game. Even then, I don't think I'd take money. I don't think I'd take $1 billion to play Veilguard.
And I paid $70 to play it on opening day.
I am lying. I would take $1 billion to play it. I'm just saying. If you wanted me to complete the whole thing, I might have questions or concerns, but Dragon Age Veilguard, dude, 2 hours.
Talks would go to Thailand and do questionable things for $1 billion. So it's $1 billion.
I know it's $1 billion.
I'm not like throwing you under the bus there. It's like it's $1 billion. A lot of people would take that.
I'm not saying a lot of people wouldn't. I'm saying that there's like I am a man of principle, and my principles have been tested before. I am very much.
There is a money amount to everyone's principles, so
I would love. Okay, like for the only thing holding me back from answering the question on $1 billion for the Thailand question mark.
it's like I'd do it for 20.
Well, what exactly in Thailand am I agreeing to
I'm
for
just
$1
saying.
billion?
I said questionable things.
I mean, shoplifting in Thailand is a questionable thing to do.
Well, shoplifting in Thailand might wind you up on the death on death row.
Well, I think Shanghai for sure, but maybe it's Singapore, not Shanghai, Singapore. Singapore, I think is. I'm pretty sure I'm remembering that for being pretty strict on their laws. It's all fun.
It's a funny moral dilemma. It's like, what would you do for $1 billion? It's like, I'd just be comfortable with $100K a year.
I just
That'd
yeah,
just be cool.
I don't need a lot. I'm not greedy. All right, so we got more stories to get into, but do you want to? So it's not gonna.
I
not gonna,
hope this kills Ubisoft.
I
Because we need Ubisoft has been doing the same goddamn thing since Far Cry 3.
we didn't
which
even
came out in 2012.
we didn't even get into the fact that Assassin's Creed had multiple non-binary and gay love scenes
yeah,
and all
that's
the identity.
right.
We didn't even cover that.
Canonically, he ends up hooking up with Oda Nobunaga,
Naga.
Naga's sister,
Yeah.
which is a which is another huge affront to the Japanese culture and their history. You're just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Mm-hmm. All of that is bullshit. It's like, you didn't need that in the game. People have been pretty clear that they don't need that in video games. It doesn't have to be there.
Well, it's like, people will make the excuses like, well, I mean, Assassin's Creed has been like a historical game. They haven't been always historically accurate or whatever, but you've never offended or made such dumb decisions where you're pissing off an entire government.
Yeah, you've never
They
you're
take
right.
liberties with history, sure, but
You don't take a history and turn it on its head.
bastardize it so bad that it pisses off an entire culture.
Exactly.
It's kind of impressive.
It's. I wish I could do
I
that.
hope Ubisoft dies because of this, because they've grown stale, and anything like sell their IPs off or whatever to different companies. I don't know who I would even suggest take them. It's just, it needs to die. It's a dead company. They haven't been the same since ever. A lot of these companies are not the same. It's like BioWare used to be awesome. Now they're shit. Obsidian used to be like the guys you go for like excellent writing and whatnot. And then
Right.
they came out with Avowed this year and it just flopped. It flopped worse than fucking Veilguard.
And I was actually watching some of that outpouring of like criticism on Avowed, and it was kind of a medium release.
Good
It seemed.
gameplay, shit story, shit writing.
Yeah. So
But
I mean,
it's an Obsidian game. You would expect mediocre gameplay, excellent writing.
right. So I honestly had no idea what to expect from Avowed, but when it was first released, there was people saying good things about it, and then it just hard fell off, like plateaued and just dropped.
Yeah, I think we need to stop regarding like when games come out, like
The studios.
attributing the games to the studios like we do movies to directors.
Right.
Because like the studios, they flip flop. They're not the same people. They're constantly changing their staff. It's not the same. So it's like,
You almost need to find the people to look out for who do a good job,
yeah, you gotta follow the individuals, not the company.
which is harder, but it's
like,
getting
oh,
easier.
Bethesda's coming out with this new game. It's like, whatever. Bethesda came out with Skyrim. Fucking what, 14 years ago?
And they've had other games since that have not been as good as Skyrim.
Yeah. And I would bet that 80% of the company that made Skyrim isn't part of that same fucking company.
I tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life.